What's going on, guys? In today's video I'm talking about some of the smartphones that Samsung is working on, including with foldable displays. A lot of the talk in the tech industry is about these patents from Samsung and the Galaxy 10. And what I noticed is that Samsung has even more designs that no one's talking about. That's right, this is really an exclusive report on Samsung. So let's look at some of these renderings. You see over here they have an idea that resembles a wallet, it's foldable. Then also here you see it resembles a smartwatch, because really what you're getting here is a smartwatch and a smartphone, because you can wear the phone as a watch with a full display. And what's also interesting about this is that about a year ago, Lenovo announced something like this where it was just an idea and wasn't ready for consumers, but still fascinating technology where you can actually wear your smartphone as a watch with a full display. Then you have another design here from Samsung where it looks like two smartphones put together and it's connected with hinges. So a good way of implementing this though is that if you hide those hinges, it's going to look more modern. And I think Samsung would do something like that where it just looks a lot better than having two phones that look like they're connected to each other. And again, that is something I was talking about in the previous video. Then you have another design here, and this is something Samsung has had for years now, where it just looks like almost like a book. Because what you have here again is a full display, but it's also foldable, and you can actually compare this to some of the portable gaming devices out there. So if Samsung is thinking about all these designs, this is going beyond even one design for the Galaxy 10. You're talking about a variation of possible Galaxy phones or Galaxy devices that are a lot better looking than even a regular smartwatch what you see nowadays, because it has such a small screen, or even the idea of what a flexible or foldable phone could be. So what this tells me is that Samsung is again really thinking about leading the industry in such a way where no other company is manufacturing products like this. Now I did talk about Lenovo, but if you notice when Lenovo announced that about a year ago, they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready to sell a phone like that. And what's really cool about all of this is that they're not just considering the fact that they have to manufacture a foldable or flexible phone. The components to all these devices have to be foldable as well, or most of them have to be. So think about this, even Lenovo was talking about it. If you have a foldable phone, you're probably going to have a foldable battery. So to include all of this in one phone that has great battery and also that's practical to use, it's not just about designing a foldable phone. It's designing a device that people can actually use every day. What I also find interesting, again I am saying interesting in this video a lot, but that's because Samsung is working on very cool technology.
Take a look at this flexible OLED prototype. Our team was able to make a high-resolution display on extremely thin plastic, so instead of glass, so it won't break even if it's dropped, and we can actually bend the screen. Imagine the products you could design with this.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh.
Can I see that?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
All in a day's work for Samsung.
Awesome.
Look at Samsung's ideas for these phones and the renderings, and then you start thinking about how you can get a Galaxy S9, Galaxy S9 Plus, or even a Galaxy Note 9. What would that look like? And what the talk is nowadays about the Galaxy phones, or especially those phones, it would be that the phone would actually have almost no bezel. So part of these designs is making a lot more sense. Galaxy S9, S9 Plus, or even the Galaxy Note 9 possibly won't have a lot of bezel, even if at all. Then you're talking about the Galaxy 10, which would be Samsung's first foldable display phone for consumers. But if you're interested in a foldable phone and you look at the Galaxy 10, that's the beginning of Samsung working on a variety of designs that go beyond just one design for the Galaxy 10, and they're ready for it now. Like I said, an exclusive report about Samsung. I wasn't joking around about this. What they do is they take a design idea. Say like the first design they had for these foldable displays, which resembled a book. But then you see another design that resembles a wallet. And then you see another design that resembles a watch. And the more you learn about Samsung, you're like, wow, this company is not just going to design the same phones every year, and they realize they have to make changes to these phones to impress a lot more people. Say for instance, someone that wants to switch from Apple to Samsung. Now what I also read about these patterns is that there's other companies out there that are also working on the idea to have a sensor in the screen so you can actually unlock your phone. I think what's really cool about this is that what I've been saying for a while is that if you have a tablet, why can't you really use it as a phone as well? A lot of these companies don't do that because they want you to have a tablet and also a smartphone. But if you're looking at some of the devices that Samsung is manufacturing, it competes with smartphones, it competes with smartwatches, even a tablet, and also portable gaming devices. You're taking all these devices and you're really just making it one very very cool stuff. And this goes beyond anything we've seen before from Samsung, even any other company out there, including Apple. Although Apple does have a patent for some of this technology as well, and I'm also going to talk about that in another video, because the more you learn about these patents from these companies, the more you're going to understand what exactly are they trying to design, what are they trying to figure out even, because these are just ideas. When you have an idea like this and you try to implement it in such a way where that device has to be used every day, it becomes very challenging for that company, and that's why it takes a lot of time. Again, what I like about Samsung is that they're not just using the same ideas and recycling them. It's new technology and new ideas, and that's what I really like about Samsung. Very interesting stuff from their company. But I'd like to know what you guys think about all of this. Of course, again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.